All videos I use will be in the link below. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Hello everyone, and before you ask, yes, this is almost an exact ripoff of Cybershell's video, Rarest Dreamcast. Instead of Dreamcasts, it's GameCubes. If you haven't seen it, check his video out. The console, the GameCube, was a major impact of my life. Some of my favorite games I have played are from this console. I was given my first GameCube in the Christmas of '03. I believe my father knew I had interest in video games because I used to play my brother's PlayStation 1, or try to, when I was 4. And he decided to get me something of my own. It was a black GameCube, and he got Super Smash Bros. Melee and Nicktoons Party Blast. Guess which one I played first. Anyways, I feel comfortable saying that the GameCube is one of my favorite systems ever. My favorite games are on it, and it's a great party console. A brief history, Nintendo began developing the GameCube in 1998, after entering a partnership with ArtX to design a GPU. Before the GameCube, Nintendo consoles were just cartridges, but this would be the first step into actual discs. The GameCube was solely focused on games. Most models cannot play DVDs or CDs, but some of them can. Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Kart Double Dash, Sonic Adventure DX are just a few bangers on this console. After watching Cybershell's video about rare Dreamcast consoles, it was a no-brainer. I immediately thought about, well, the GameCube versions of rare consoles. Let me just start off with saying that these consoles don't do anything different than a regular GameCube or a GameCube with a Game Boy player. It doesn't let you do anything different, they're just rare. Like, you can't use the internet and you can't do anything extra. And you'll see that these things get like really expensive. Let's start with the generic USA released consoles. Indigo, Jet Black, and Platinum. I believe at one point I have owned all three of these. However, I do only own the Indigo. Jet Black is probably my favorite. Nothing special out of these here, I would say. Let's look at the Japan exclusives, because those are a little cooler. So, where we got Indigo, Jet Black, and Platinum, Japan got Spice Orange and Pearl White. The orange kind of is pretty cool. It's probably my favorite out of these, like, first 5. And the Pearl White might be, like, my least favorite for some reason, but, I mean, it's still cool. But now, we can step onto the quote-unquote rare GameCubes. So the first that comes to mind, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness GameCube, released in North America and Japan. And technically, it's a Platinum Silver console, but it counts as its own variation because the faceplate was officially from Nintendo. And it came with the game. Even though the game is pretty good, the steep price being asked for the console is like $2,000, so that's pretty crazy. Another good one that I had never heard of was the Resident Evil 4 bundle. Instead of just the faceplate being changed, now we have the controller being changed. However, this one was only released in Europe, so that kind of sucks. It's simple, but not my favorite. These next two GameCubes I'm going to bundle together because they're basically the same thing. The Metal Gear Solid Edition and the Donkey Konga Edition. Both of these were released in Japan, and both have a change to the faceplate. However, Donkey Konga comes with some Kongos. And they both come with their respective games. Out of these two, I would probably take Metal Gear Solid. Kind of famous in the GameCube world, Nintendo GameCube Hanshin Tigers bundle was released to commemorate first place in the Japanese Baseball League Championship in 2003. And this thing looks badass. This is probably my favorite looking one that we will come to see. There's maybe one more that's my favorite, but this is definitely top 2. It just looks badass. Comes with a bag, shirt. I mean, it's all good. You can actually pick this up for between $1,300 and $2,000. Still really crazy. The GameCube Starlight Gold only released in Japan and only sold in the Toys R Us in Japan. And this one's actually like really cheap. I think you can buy it between like 200 and 400 yen. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not like super cheap. But and it also kind of just looks like the pearl white version. So yeah, this next one looks pretty cool. GameCube Tales of Symphonia. It comes with a matching controller and a Tales of Symphonia faceplate. I do enjoy the colors of this one, but I don't really have any interest in the game Tales of Symphonia. So let's move on. For everything though, it's about 1,300. I don't know if that's. I mean that's a pretty decent deal, I'd say. Okay, so probably my like favorite in the whole list, the GameCube Panasonic Q. It's a silver chrome with a gray controller and a Panasonic logo on it. It came with a like DVD remote, and it can officially play like DVDs, and it's an officially partnered variation with Panasonic. And I don't know, it's $1,900. I know that's a lot, but getting that and you can play like, like European and Japanese games and stuff. That's pretty cool. So the GameCube customized Gundam Char was only released in Japan. It's a red console and it has a matching controller. The controller actually has like a light red top and a dark bottom. And it came with a figurine. I like the red. I like this one. The look of this one's pretty cool. The dark red is nice. So the first one that I actually can't like find to purchase. The rest of these I was able to at least like look up. If I wanted to buy it, I could buy it. This is a Thank You ATI console, and apparently it was only released in North America. Japan is like rumored they might have gotten some, but it was given away to the employees at ATI who helped during the development on the Dolphin. So like kind of the beginning of the GameCube's life. So who knows how many of these. I think it said like 20 or 30 is rumored. So for the next set, they're so rare. I also can't find these for being sold, and I can kind of lump them all in one. They're the MTV GameCubes. There's Camouflage, Canadian Maple, Paul Smith, Snow White, and Tom Ford. Out of all these, my favorite is probably the Paul Smith. Kind of gives me the Polaroid feel, but they're all kind of decent. And now, the moment everyone is waiting for. What is the rarest of them all? Everything that I've named up to this point, there's either like 1,000 made, or hundreds of thousands, or tens of thousands, and all the way down to 5. But here, there is only a known existence of 3. And there's only footage of 1. It is the GameCube Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Edition. France only created 3, and basically the only way you could get this was back in 2005, between the 6th and the 27th of February, you had multiple ways to win. You had to create whatever you wanted, but it had to be related to Metroid. So you could create a novel, create music, a website, draw weapons, create the next like adventure. You could do a bunch of stuff, and you just had to submit it in. And so if you won whatever Nintendo thought looked the coolest, you got this. And there were Game Boys. There were, yeah, it looks cool, but it's definitely not anywhere like all these other ones. This one's just really rare for no reason, because there's only 3 of them, and I don't even think the guy who has it is selling it. So that was pretty much every variant console released by Nintendo. Hey guys, so I was just finishing editing the video. I just realized that there were 2 kind of different types of GameCubes I didn't talk about. For some reason I must have missed it, but there were 2 Heineken editions, one in black and one in indigo, and it was released in America, and it was a giveaway when you purchased 10,000 Heineken bottles. So there was a black and an indigo. There was 50 made of each of them. And then the surprisingly that I just didn't kind of go in depth on it, the GameCube Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. It was only made in Japan, and there's only 150 made, but it's pretty cool. It came with the game Final Fantasy Chronicles. But yeah, those were just two that I had missed. So, what do you guys think? What is your favorite console variation? I hope you guys liked the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.